Once upon a time, there was an evil specter who took the form of a red dragon. He propagated unlife, death, decay, and destruction, leaving devastation and despair everywhere. Many evil beings with sinister plans encouraged the specter from beyond, while others submitted to the specter to do his bidding. So fear, violence, greed, and unnatural suffering spread far and wide. The evil specter controlled the people by casting a spell, a word spell, with very wicked intentions, like the words used by the newsmakers, manipulative lies, misinforming, misleading, miserable, and malevolent. And the specter used words to weave webs of lawless laws, regulating and legislating to power over, separating people from their true source of power. These words warped the people's true good thoughts and skewed their righteous beliefs, causing their eyes, minds, and hearts to become closed, hard, and dark. The words built prisons, cages, and locks, both seen and unseen. Under the spell, all true principles were turned upside down and inside out, and the people lost their bearings, believing that God was a crutch, a remedy for the weak-minded, a fantasy for the foolish, because they valued dominance, prestige, and appearance, while modesty, kindness, and sacrifice were naive and contemptible. The words aroused suspicion and fear, breaking apart families and bonds of friendship and love. The people were isolated with no love, no truth, no faith, and no hope. But even more sinister than that, under the specter of unlife, denying and extinguishing new life was enforced, calling it loyalty and equality. And under the pressure of the oppression, many chose unlife, thinking this was liberation and independence from unlife. But it was a trick. It was the specter's plan all along, and it was working. The so-called liberation only created a tyranny and a burden of another kind, and the spirit weakened. And so the people became weaker and weaker under the spell of unlife. But some broke free of the spell. They began to recognize the lies of unlife, and they saw the evil. They didn't succumb to the fear and bribery. Instead, they fought back with their own words, more powerful than the evil. They wove words of light into shields and armor, and words of truth into swords that pierced the deception. The words forged bridges and paths, keys and ladders. They used words of kindness and compassion to heal the destruction. They used words of honor and dignity to strengthen themselves and each other. Words of humility and forgiveness to purify their hearts. Words to rectify, to sanctify, uttered in prayers and in meditation, took flight and form, reforming and transforming the realms. Finally, those words of justice and truth ensnared the specter, becoming a noose, and the specter returned to no life. The specter was no more. The spell was broken. The people were free. Their hearts and minds were again clear and open. They were free to choose a life of virtue and the spiritual principles that they now valued over all else. Once again, they could feel the presence of the divine in the world, in each other, and in themselves. And now, words had wings and melodies, and they were songs of gratitude and remembering, an affirmation and a celebration of goodness, grace, and of God that permeated all things and all life for all time.